A question I get asked all the time by buyers is, what's an earnest money deposit? Well, I'm going to answer that for you right here, right now. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Rebecca Lower with eXp Realty here in Harford County, Maryland, and I post real estate related videos every Thursday. So if you want to know what it takes to buy or sell a home here locally and what it's like to live here in Harford County, consider subscribing to my channel by clicking the subscribe button below and the little bell so you don't miss a beat. Let's get right to it. So what is an earnest money deposit? Well, it's basically a good faith deposit. So when you're submitting an offer for a home, it's showing the seller that you're really serious about purchasing their home, that you have some skin in the game, if you will. It also gives the buyer time to get their financing in order, the title search is done, your home inspections, and your home appraisals. Now, although the earnest money deposit is not required by the state of Maryland, it will certainly give you a one-up in today's competitive market. Basically, in Harford County, you're running into many situations with multiple offers. So an earnest money deposit is going to be in your best interest to give you a one-up. It's generally suggested that your earnest money deposit is anywhere from 1 to 2% of the list price. So in other words, if you're purchasing a home for $300,000, your earnest money deposit will be a $3,000 deposit. So where does your earnest money deposit go? Once you have a mutually agreed upon contract, your check for your earnest money deposit is given to either the brokerage or your title company. They then need to deposit that check within 7 business days into a non-interest bearing account. The amount of your earnest money deposit is then deducted from your closing costs when you go to settlement. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say your closing costs are hypothetically $6,000. You're then going to deduct the $1,000 for your earnest money deposit from the $6,000 due at closing, so you're only bringing $5,000 to the settlement table. Make sense? The earnest money deposit can be a personal check or a certified check, and in some cases, it can be accepted as a bank wire. Now don't worry, the earnest money deposit is refundable at certain times during your contract. You have what's called due diligence periods or your contingencies. There's your financing contingency, your home inspection, and your appraisal. So let's start with the financing. If for some reason during the amount of time specified within your contract you are not able to make the financing commitment, or in other words, the bank does not finally approve you for your loan, then you would not be able to purchase the home and therefore you would need to terminate your contract. In that case, your earnest money deposit would be fully refundable. Then you have your home inspection contingency. If for some reason you cannot come to an agreement with the seller on any repairs that you are requesting to be made, you do have the right to cancel the contract, and again, your earnest money deposit would be refundable. And then there's the appraisal contingency. The home needs to appraise for at least equal or greater value compared to the sold price. If it should appraise for less than, you would have another negotiation. Either the seller will have to reduce the listing price or the buyer has to make up for the difference in cash. If you can't negotiate under those circumstances, then you would cancel your contract and receive a full refund of your earnest money deposit. So just to recap, as an agent, you never want to put your buyer in jeopardy of losing their earnest money deposit. So I, for one, have processes in place to make sure that my buyer is always within their contingency periods when making their decisions. It is equally important that the buyer be 100% sure that this is the right home for them. Because at the end of the day, if you're outside of the contingency periods and you decide to terminate your contract, the seller is entitled to your earnest money deposit. So right here are the 3 contingency periods. You have your financing contingencies. The financing says you're good to go and your loan has been approved. You have your home inspection contingency, and you have your appraisal contingency. So I hope I've answered all your questions about what is an earnest money deposit. If you have any further questions, drop me a comment below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thank you so much for taking time to watch my video today, and I hope you found this of value. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I drop a new video on Thursday. Till next time, have a great day.